So here we go, getting ready, Hawk Carroll for the first event of 2024 of this Sunday afternoon. First event in May, that is, getting ready and set. Of course, now an invert draw. See the top four cars, the top four fastest. John Lister, he is going to be on the pole of this one. Now, we talked about how hard it is to pass on this short track, flat bank track. You have to use your bumper. You're going to have guys getting off the apron. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's very hard to do. Of course, you got a lot of cars out there, so what's going to happen is those front cars are going to have to be passing some lap traffic. That's where the things get really tricky, and that's going to happen really quick with this amount of cars on this little quarter mile. As you see the cars trying to get going there, the 18 almost stalling out there, but keeps it going. Try to get everybody bunched up here. John Lister will be your pole sitter. We've seen him in Victory Square here before. So he is going to be the man on the point, and he will be the man to beat for sure as he sits there on the pole. As they get these cars all lined up here, full field, over full field, if you will, of Crown Vics here on the short track for this 25-lapper sponsored by Schaefer's Lubricants.
So, yes, indeed. So we see a lot of these Crown Vic drivers compete kind of all over the area in Indiana and northern Kentucky, southern Kentucky, wherever the case may be, Crown Vic drivers. But, I mean, you do not want to be kind of mid-pack back in this main event here on the short track. I mean, we talk about how the inner track is a inside groove only track, and the high bank track, of course, your high side is your preferred groove. Now, looking at what's the front of the pack has to deal with is, guess what? You're going to hit slower traffic first, and that's what's going to be a lot of obstacles for a lot of these drivers, and we're going to see how they kind of navigate through this. 25-lap feature on a short track is not a lot of laps.
Yeah, and another thing to keep in mind, too, Will, we always talk about the inside groove there. Those guys like to cut as close as they can and get down to the grass and the dirt. That's not so much dirt with the overnight rain. We've got some mud right there, so we're going to probably see some mud getting kicked up on the asphalt too, which is really going to be another challenge.
So here we go. Lights are out around the Speedway. Coming to the green flag next time by for the first event of this Sunday afternoon. Glad you could join us here at Salem Speedway, fueled by the Hoosier Lottery. It will be John Lister and Zach Cecil coming around to the start zone, getting ready and set. Here we go. We are underway. Our J-Rob Masterson on the outside, Cecil behind him.
Into turns 1 and 2 they go, side by side, still up front. J-Rob Masterson on the outside, hanging tough with John Lister on the inside.
Trying to navigate 4 cars, all nose to tail, entering turns 3 and 4. John Lister's going to lead lap number 1, and oh, there goes Ron Phillips. Ron Phillips is around. He looks like he's going to keep that Crown Vic going in the right direction. And now Kevin Scott loops it out a little bit, but all cars now going. We talked about how wet that infield is.
Yeah, you can see 39 really having trouble finally getting up out of there, but he's lost a whole lap and plus a whole lot more as you see John Lister leading the way.
1 lap complete, 24 to go. Ron Phillips trying to find a hoe to get back up on the racing surface. He will, but now your leader's already catching slower traffic as Kevin Scott's in the wall almost.
He keeps it going. We stay green. As you see John Lister now up against the 18, already trying to get around some lap traffic, has allowed Troy Phillips in the 7 to pull right up behind him now.
Well, there he goes. Now Ewing 07. John Lister's going to go underneath. Now Troy Phillips, like we talked about, he is now P2. Right behind him, Zachary Cecil's number 37. J-Rob Masterson back to that 5th spot. Jacob Robertson now in 4th, so now trying to get single file. Still slower cars, hung up on the high side.
We see the 77X getting turned around turns 4. He gets it back going again. We stay green.
Green and clean so far as Ziegler's car's on the bottom. Now he's going to try. A lot of these cars now going to have to avoid that. Now we see Nick Payne. Anna Harrison almost gets off the track just a tad there, trying to avoid everything. Anna Harrison gets sideways, exiting turns number 2.
Leaders coming around out of complete lap number 6. You still got John Lister. There's Troy Phillips right behind him. Down the front stretch, we got some cars getting together. Look out, they're 3 wide into turn 1.
Mike Bailey getting a little bit sideways there, entering turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway he goes. Good save there by Mike Bailey. A lot of cars here on the front stretch slowing down. Now we get a look at the leaders. Here comes Zachary Cecil. Now him and Troy Phillips, 2nd spot, get together.
Troy Phillips into the grass there in turn one. He looks like he's going to spin the wheels and try to get up out of there before he gets stuck. And there he goes, right in the middle of traffic.
Right in the middle of traffic in the preferred groove. Now everyone's going to have to go to the high side. Troy Phillips now in no man's land. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Everyone almost 4 wide getting stacked up.
We stay green here. Chaos all around this track here. 8 laps being shown on the board at this time.
Chaos everywhere. There goes Joshua Spence around in the 77X. Oh, 5 wide here at Salem on the inner track. Holy cow, 5 wide. Have you ever thought you'd see that?
No, they're still double file down the backstretch trying to get that lead into turns 3 and 4. John Lister on the inside. Looks like Jacob Robertson on the outside.
Down the front stretch, now we got a battle for the number 1 spot. We have John Lister, Jacob Robertson, and Zachary Cecil, top 3, entering the back straightaway right now with already 10 laps complete.
Things got a little crazy there right now, trying to settle things down just a little bit now. As John Lister, after all that, is still your leader with Jacob Robertson right behind him.
No doubt, still clean and green. 11 laps approaching the halfway point here in this 25 lap. Schaefer's Lubricants 25 here at Salem Speedway, the opening race here this afternoon. As all these cars go around. Oh, and your leader, Ziegler, and your leader get together. Now here comes Zachary Cecil to the lead.
And Lister almost losing his door there, gets back going again. He still remains on the lead lap and right up front there. Somehow, some way, gathered that thing in after the 77X ripped his door right off.
Unbelievable here today on this storyline in this Crown Vic short track. Schaefer's Lubricants 25. 13 laps on the board. 2 laps shy. We'll have 10 laps to go here at Salem Speedway.
As your leaders now coming around turns 3 and 4, are going to be getting into this whole lot more lap traffic here in just a moment. We got trouble on the backstretch, Will. Look out over there.
Big crash over entering turns 3. Those cars still moving. They are still moving the right direction. Oh, and then Dunn punts Garrett Roby out of the ballpark.
We're going to go caution here on this one, Will.
I never said on the broadcast someone punted somebody out of the ballpark, but hey, you know what? It's Salem Speedway short track racing, so that's going to be an interesting development. So they are parking the 23 for the day for intentionally wrecking the 619. So that is the call from race control. So, you know, that's just tough break. And that is a no man's land over there. And you know, with their safety personnel over there and whatnot. So, wow. We know the short track here causes a lot of drama, and that's short track racing. And just 37 cars, 34 cars, whatever the case may be. But how about the big story changer there? John Lister getting in the way of traffic there, and Ziegler coming down on that car, and that puts Zachary Cecil on top of the board.
Yeah, we talked about lap traffic coming into play, and it definitely has here today already. John Lister starting to race up on the pole, getting the lead, and the lap traffic got him there for sure. Of course, Troy Phillips also getting part of that too. He got punted down into the infield as well, but after all said, 14 laps down right now. It's 37 Zach Cecil being shown as your leader, with Jacob Robertson in the 91 running second. It looks like Nick Payne up on the board in the 49 running third. There's J. Rob Matterson running fourth in the 32, and showing 06 fifth on the board at this time.
So red flag condition for the first time here this afternoon. And, of course, cautions breed cautions. We almost made it, Hawk Garrett Adams. 14 laps of the 25. They got security heading down over to turns 2. You know how it is. It's a short track Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I believe they're continuing their conversation that from the racetrack over there into the pit area. But, that's how things go sometimes. Like I say, we get this many cars on a little short track. Things are going to happen. People are going to get in each other's way, and there you go.
Absolutely. Well, Zachary Cecil finds himself on top of the board right now in that number 37. Coming up next on the schedule is the Diesel Boys Race Parts Legend Series 25-lap feature. And that will conclude the short track for the afternoon here at Salem Speedway, fueled by the Hoosier Lottery. And, of course, we want to give a shout-out to all of our official sponsors. Of course, Red Ball Recycling, the official recycling company. Hoosier, the official racing tire. Wayland, the official safety lights. Sunoco Race Fuels, the official race fuel, Salem Speedway. Hard Truth Distilling Company, the official spirits that came on board here in 2024. PPG, the official paint products. Ace Hardware of Salem, the official hardware store. Eddie Gilstrap Motors, the official pace truck provider. Schaefer's Oil, the official lubricant. NOS Energy Drink, the official energy drink. Jacoby Sells, the official outdoor power equipment provider. Flying A Motorsports, the official trailer and motor coach dealer. Hamatro, the official rescue tools. Bad Boy Mowers, the official mower. And, of course, we couldn't do it without our track corporate sponsors, TLG, Peterbilt of Louisville. Tumbleweed, Jasper Group, Marshall Monuments, O'Reilly Auto Parts, P3 Graphics, Property Scope, Rapid Fired Pizza, Jolted Cow, Mid-Southern Savings Bank, Lefevre's Curbing, C&T Industrial Services, First Harrison Bank, Sullivan's Concrete Coating, Brooks Roofing, Green Tree Real Estate Services, and Salem Rental. We couldn't do it without each and every one of you. Now the red flag's going to be lifted, yellow flag in the air. Hawk Herod Adams going to have the lineup. Now, what do you expect on this restart?
All right, yeah, the car's getting ready to move out now. We're going to get them all lined up, make sure they're all good. Then we're going to do the choose cone, see what they want to do. Of course, this is always a big deal, especially on this short track. As we said, the inside track is where you want to be. So we'll see how many cars want to line up on that inside before they start going to the outside. You see John Lister there, the 45. You can't see the 45 no more. It's a little bit mangled up there with that mangled up door. After getting together, I think, with the 77X. But he's still right there in shouting distance. He might make his way back up there. But after all the chaos, after 14 laps of that, it's Zach Cecil in the 37 showing the way. And I believe Zach is running second in points down at the Sportstrome Speedway in the Ford Oval division down there. So having a good year so far. Trying to pick up a checkered flag up here in this first event here today. Of course, he's got Jacob Robertson right there in second place in the 91. I believe he won the short track event a couple weeks ago here at Salem. So he knows his way around here as well. All right, we're going to go around here another time here. Then we're going to have the choose lap. So I think we got just about everybody where they need to be in the lineup. We're going to do the choose cone next time around. So we'll see what happens here with Jacob Robertson, if he wants to stay on the inside behind the bumper of 37 or if he wants to go to the outside. So it appears they look like they're doing the choose cone this time around. And as it sits here, we got the 06 on the outside of row one.
Yeah, very interesting here on the choose for those drivers, but this is part of the choose rule. You know, you see how many positions that 06 of Anna Harrison gained. Now, it's going to be very interesting. As we know, the inside groove is the top preferred groove here at Salem Speedway. So now this will be one to go at the line. It will be Zachary Cecil leading them to the green flag next time by for the restart.
Yeah, it's interesting, Will. You got the top four all stayed on that inside row, 37, 91, 49, and 32. So we'll see how that strategy plays out for these drivers. They're getting ready to go back green here.
Coming to the green flag for the restart, Zachary Cecil set to lead us back to the green flag. 11 laps remain here in the Crown Vic Schaefer's Lubricants 25 here this afternoon. Legend Series cars, you should be staging up. You are next. Here we go, back to the green.
Green flag's back out, and Zach Cecil with a very good start, jumping out there in the lead. And here's to the 06. We'll see what happens to her on that outside groove down the backstretch.
Jacob Robertson, of course, he picked up the win last time out. He's trying to go back-to-back right now. Zachary Cecil trying to spoil that party for him. Now they come to the line again. 10 laps to go.
Zach Cecil now trying to pull away a little bit. Jacob Robertson trying to keep up. Nick Payne now third. They're side-by-side for fourth. Anna Harrison still hung up on that outside.
That is not where you want to be, hung up on the outside here at the Intertrack at Salem Speedway. 9 laps to go, Zachary Cecil, but Jacob Robertson all over the back bumper. Nick Payne in that number 49 machine goes third. J-Rob Masterson and John Lister round out your top 5.
Yeah, and the 45, John Lister, yes, now back up on the board, showing 5th place after 17 laps.
A lot of damage on the right-hand side of that number 45 of John Lister. Down the back straightaway they go, trying to fight it out, but Jacob Robertson trying to chase in. He gets to the back bumper of Zachary Cecil's number 37. What a battle we're shaping up here for.
18 down, 7 to go. Zach Cecil trying to hold off Jacob Robertson. He looks down the inside.
Now you have a slower car right in front. That is the number 18 machine. I believe that is Clayton Sander. They'll get by him. He is a lap car. Kevin Scott using the high side to another lap car as everyone else trying to get through. Right now, top 3 car breakaway. They get past Sanders, number 18, down the back straightaway. Now Bonds, number 57. 5 to go this time by.
We'll keep our eye up front there. Jacob Robertson really trying to look on that inside of Zach Cecil, waiting for a little bit of a hole to get in there. And there he is looking again, but can't quite make it.
Well, now you have 2 slower cars right in front. You have Ziegler and Ewing and Brandon Bailey right in front of your 2 leaders. 4 laps to go off turn 4 this time by for the number 37 of Zachary Cecil and Jacob Robertson and Nick Payne.
Zach Cecil seeing that 91 right in that rear view mirror. He's staying right there. And here he comes again, giving a little bit of bumper into 3.
Trying to get all up on it. Here we go. Now Ewing trying to move him out of the way. That is a lap car right now as he enters turns number 1 and 2. Yellow flag out on the speedway for 51 and Elena Wilhoit. So Smith and Wilhoit around on the back straightaway, going to bring us to a caution flag with 3 laps to go. Tough break for the 51 of Tim Smith and Elena Wilhoit's number 94A. So what a battle we were shaping up with the number 37 of Zachary Cecil and Jacob Robertson's number 91 teams. Jacob trying all he can to go back-to-back here on the short track at Salem Speedway.
Yeah, I don't think neither one of us seen exactly what happened over there. We looked over there, and there was 94 up on the wall backwards, and the 51 doing some donuts over there. So not sure exactly what happened there, but we'll get the lineup back underway. We'll get ready to do the choose cone again with 3 laps to go.
And if you have a purple children's ticket, please get that out now. We have another giveaway here, another child's ticket. The ticket number is 026016. 026016. If you have that purple ticket, bring it to the press box and claim your ticket to get you a free Salem Speedway t-shirt. Once again, 026016 on your purple ticket. So, yeah, this restart, like you talked about, Hawk Herod Adams, going to be very important, maybe the most important of this race. 22 laps up on the board of the 25 scheduled here this afternoon, the Schaefer's Lubricants 25. The question is, can Zachary Cecil hold him off? That's the question.
Yeah, with 3 laps remaining here, you wonder if maybe you might want to try that outside groove. Not sure if Jacob Robertson will or not. I don't think he will, but the possibility is there, of course, with only 3 laps remaining. But who will take that outside pole? We'll find out here in a moment. Nick Payne in the 49, he could do it. J-Rob Matterson in the 32. Maybe John Lister gets back up there in the 45. It looks like it's going to be J-Rob sneaking up there. J-Rob Matterson in the 32 going to be on that front row. Looked like John Lister was going to, but then decided to stay back on that inside groove. So it's going to be J-Rob Matterson on that outside, going to challenge Zach Cecil on that front row. We'll say 1 to go this time around. 3 laps remaining.
I can tell you, race fans, my nipple's so cold up here hard right now. It's cold as ice. You know, it's live TV. We're just having fun in the press box. Ryan, that's one you can use, buddy, right there. Everyone watching it out there, you got to love that. Getting ready for the restart, Zachary Cecil. And yes, a cold press box. Here we go. We're back underway.
J-Rob Matterson decided to go down outside. We'll see if it pays off. Not looking good for him so far.
So down the back straightaway, 2-car battle for the number 2 spot. Here comes Jacob Robertson to the inside. And Jacob Robertson and Zach Cecil get together just a little bit. That's racing for you down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. What a battle we're setting up here for.
A battle for third there.
Yes, indeed. Nick Payne, J-Rob Masterson on the high side. Here we go. Getting ready and set. What a battle. White flag in the air. One more lap around Salem Speedway. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Looking to make another winner for the first time here in 2024 off turn 4. It will be Zachary Cecil picking up the win, followed by Jacob Robertson, Nick Payne, Ricky Puckett, John Lister, and big gaggle of cars. And how about that? J-Rob Masterson, tough break for the 32 team. He goes around, and he's not even going to finish the race. And there you have it. Wow, Jacob Robertson gave it a run, but how about Zachary Cecil? Great battle between those two competitors. As Hawk Harold Adams will head down to get a word with your top 3 in Red Ball and Recycling Victory Lane. And just a reminder, 14 and 45, John Lister, Ricky Puckett, you should be going to tech from finishing in that 4th and 5th spot. Cars begin to make their way to Red Ball and Recycling Victory Lane. Hawk Harold Adams handling the first 2 class interviews for me, and I'll be taking over for the rest of the afternoon. Hawk Harold Adams, I'll let you take it away down there in Red Ball and Recycling Victory Lane. Take it away, sir.
All right, thank you, Will Greenwell. We'll get a word here with our top 3 as they make their way over here. After a wild 25-lap feature for the on-site plumbing, heating, and air Crown Vic Short Track Series, we'll try to see if we can get Zach Cecil to come on up here. Him and the 7 are discussing a little bit of race strategies from that event. So after they get done with their conversation, we'll have our own little conversation. Here comes the 37. The 37, the 91, and the 49, your top three today here in our first event. All right, there he's out of the car now. How about it, Zach Cecil? We'll see if we can get a word over here. Got their new audio system and mic system. We'll see if we can reach him over here. So far, so good. Zach Cecil, come over here, my man. Hey, Zach. I can see why you won now. You got the lucky Race 8 shirt. We're matching here, looking good. All right, that was a wild event here. A lot of cars out there, a lot of things happening. After all that, you had to win there. You had to hold off a hard charge from the 91 also there at the end. What do you think about that race?
Oh, man, I had a blast. I really had a blast. There was cars everywhere. Big props to Jacob for keeping it clean. I had a blast. I'd like to appreciate some of my help.
All right, yeah, we'll give you a chance here to thank your sponsors for getting out here. It was a heck of a race. I know you're still kind of out of breath, so gather your thoughts here real quick and make sure you thank everybody you want to thank for getting here to Victory Lane here today.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Daniel Glover, Ashley Glover with G&G Radiator, Tri-State Epoxy, USA Hemp, my brother Josh Spence. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
Well, there you go, your winner of the day's first event, Zachary Cecil in the 37. All right, where's my man Jacob Robertson at? There he is. How could I miss him, right? Come over here, Jacob. I know you've been out here in the podium before. I think you won the last event here in the short track. This time you almost got it. Tried to get underneath the Zach Cecil, but couldn't quite make it there. There was a lot of traffic out there, too, during that event. A lot of things happening. You come away with second place. You got to be happy with your run here today.
Yeah, it was a good run. Zach's always ran me clean everywhere we ever raced, so I had no reason to rough him up to get around him. I gave him the bumper, tried shaking him up, but he was smooth, and he got the win. I'm happy for him.
All right, yeah, good run there. Good to see that out there. So who you want to thank here today to get you back up here again on the podium here today on this first event?
I got to thank James Jewell, Custom Homes and Remodeling, Merle Bierman Excavating, Joey Johnson, Commonwealth Dodge, Carrigal with KJ Enterprises, B&R Speed Shop, Elder Heating and Air, Bullitt County Supermarket, Burkhead Overhead Doors, and Clapp Mowing and Landscaping.
All right, a lot of people there. That's what it takes to get you up here. A good team. Second place right there, 91, Jacob Robertson. All right, where's my man Nick Payne? Get him over here. There he is. We say, Nick, you had a good run there. A lot of stuff happening. All of a sudden, on that restart, there you were up there in the top three. So I know you had a good run. So what do you think about that race here today?
Yeah, it was a fun race. We weren't very fast in practice and qualifying, but we pulled it together there in the race and had a good finish.
I know there on that last choose cone there, we wondered who might go the outside. Were you even thinking about that with 3 to go?
Very little. It's hard to work the outside here. I knew the worst I was going to do, unless something happened, was finish 4th, and I was fine with that too. Didn't want to get hung up outside and finish 8th. So.
Yeah, I understand how that. We've seen that happen plenty of times. But you got your top 3 here. So who you want to thank to get you out here today?
Got to thank Mo and Kathy Motorsports, B&R Race Engines, All-Star Truck Repair, Tiffany Mills Realty. I know I'm forgetting somebody. PBR Racing, and happy birthday to my Aunt Dawn at home.
All right, there you have it. Third place in the 49, Nick Payne. All right, Will Greenwell, I'll send it back to you, my man.
Thank you very much, Hawk Carrot Adams, getting ready for the Diesel Boys Parts Carts Legends Series, getting ready for their 25-lap feature here this afternoon.